Hi guys, I'm Kriti Sanin and you're watching me on Bollywood Hangama with Faridoon. Do hit the bell icon and keep on watching.
We have with us Kriti Sanin. She is basking in the glorious success of Luka Chupi and she is very happy and she is busy promoting and जो जज्बा उन्होंने दिखाया है promotions में पिक्चर रिलीज होने के बाद भी मिठाई की दुकान पे भी वो गई हैं, फिल्म हॉल्स में भी गई हैं, which is simply fascinating and pleasure having you back on Bollywood Hangama.
Thank you. Pleasure being here again.
Thank you so much. And how important was it for you to keep promoting, because you know you've created that buzz.
You know, to be honest,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you've been busy.
No, see, I was luckily here and you know I was available. I was not shooting, thankfully. But the theatre visits were not promotion for me. I do theatre visits every time. It's just that thankfully this film is I feel a film which I wanted to see reactions in a multiplex also and a single screen also. And I mean in Bareilly Ki Barfi. I did theatre visits without telling my PR also, and you know I have worn like hoodie jackets and gone like in every theatre and watched the film with the audience. I think that's something I like doing. I think I want to sort of see the audience reaction. और जब ऐसी फिल्म है जो एक situational comedy है, तो आपको reaction सुनाई देते हैं, उनकी हंसी में, उनकी तालियों में, and when you do a film, you want to see how they react. So that was about it, and then. The numbers that the film has done over the weekend and including the Monday and the Tuesday was something that I had not expected. You know, I had expected कि ये film पसंद आएगी क्योंकि वो एक feeling trailer के आने के बाद से आ रही थी, पर numbers मैं कभी सोचती नहीं हूँ, ना मुझे पता होता है कि कितने numbers होने वाले हैं. So that was a big surprise, I think, and that just made me want to celebrate with all of you all, because I think you guys have been there, you know, when we were releasing the film, and also like since Heropanti, I mean, I've known all of you, and I feel like when we were releasing the film, you guys are the ones that have sort of helped us make the film reach out to the audience. So I felt like, and Barfi is my मुझे pattern करा लेनी चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा लगता है मेरी celebration जो है वो बर्फी के बिना हो नहीं सकती.
अब मैं आपको एक बताऊं honestly, जब मैंने फिल्म देखी एंड जो मेरा एक नेचुरल सा रिएक्शन था, जैसे आपने कहा कि हम लोग शुरू आपको जब से आपने स्टार्ट किया हीरोपंती तब से हम आपको जानते हैं, तो एक देयर सीम्स टू बी अ लॉट ऑफ हंगर इन यू both as an actress as well as a performer, that you want to be taken seriously. It's not merely Pretty Sanan that Ayushmann Khurrana calls you as, that you want to be taken seriously as an actor and you went the distance. कितना ज़रूरी था आपके लिए कि that एक वो अपना सिक्का मनवाना?
Firstly, thank you so much for it's a huge compliment. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to be taken seriously. I'm not here to just look glamorous and look good on the screen. I don't want to just do songs and do scenes. I want to perform, and I have been hungry as a performer always. And you know, I like acting. I like the process of acting. I like the preparation that goes into you know, before you start shooting the film. I think that's one of my favorite parts of filmmaking, you know, for me. When you're trying to find the character, when you get a challenging scene, you know, it excites me. And yeah, that's, I think, I mean, fortunately I've been getting opportunities where there is scope of performance and I think somewhere I have been also choosing those opportunities because of the same reason. So this film also, I think, yeah, I wanted to make sure that, and Rashmi was a strong character. You know, she is a strong-headed girl. She is the one who takes the decisions. But at the same time, for me, it was tricky because she's a mix of a modern girl and a small-town girl. She's not completely small-town because she's also gone out and she stayed in Delhi and she's come back and she's studied and she's, you know, opened up as a person. But she's not an urban girl because her family belongs to this Mathura small town, so her heart belongs there. So I think वो जो balance था वो मेरे लिए थोड़ा tricky था, and it gave me something more to do, which I tried my best.
You also have, I think, some important statements that you make when you say that 70% of this 70 crores Indians, they are youngsters and they're basically looking for a more inclusive culture. They're looking for something that is more liberal. I think that's a very good statement to make, and I personally feel a lot of youngsters, they've identified with that.
Yeah, completely, because I did. When I was You know, I like this about Luka Chupi, that it is a situational comedy. We're talking about a subject like live-in, where we're adding a lot of humor because live-in becomes a parivar. But at the same time, we're sort of highlighting very small things which actually do exist in our society, which are important to sort of, you know, see and think about it. Like, why are we doing this? You know, there are like, मतलब लड़का लड़की हाथ पकड़ के नहीं घूम सकते हैं बहुत सारे शहरों में. ये वैलेंटाइंस डे पे मुंह काला करना एंड ऑल, दिस इज नॉट संस्कृति. सो दीज थिंग्स व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट इट इन द फिल्म इन अ लाइटर मैनर, आई फील, एंड क्योंकि वो क्लाइमैक्स में है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जब ऑडियंस बाहर निकलती है तो एक थॉट के साथ निकलती है. एंड टुडेज जनरेशन डेफिनेटली वांट्स टू लिव बाय, you know, their own rules and their own choices. And that should be given. You know, everyone has the right to live their life the way they want. And there are bigger muddas which need a lot more attention. You know, like employment, like education, like you know, women empowerment in general, like equality in general. So I feel वो मुद्दे जो हैं उन पे कभी-कभी light नहीं जाती है इतनी.
In fact, a lot of people, they don't realize it, but what Apar Shakti Khurana says, free Wi-Fi. I think youngsters would love to have that, and they'll settle for that
added,
much more than a lot of other things that people talk about.
Yeah, especially हमारी शादी होते रह गई थी Wi-Fi ना होने की वजह से.
That is so crucial. That is so crucial. How important is it just collaborate with the star cast? You have an ensemble star cast, and which is wonderful. I think Vinay Pathak is outstanding.
Yeah.
Pankaj Tripathi is always good. I think Apar Shakti Khurana is excellent. The guy who plays Vikas, I think...
Himanshu, he's very good.
Well, people have a lot of sympathies with him.
Yeah, the Bhabhi is so good. I feel like...
Yeah, she's amazing.
You know, she comes in like small bits, but when she comes, she definitely makes you laugh.
A lot of people feel that the mother is very progressive, that tum kaam mat karo. But the fact is, she's basically scared of Vinay Pathak's character.
No, I don't know. I think she never expected.
Vinay Pathak has conveyed that मेरी बेटी है और एकदम उसको आपको एकदम फूल के तरीके से रखना है उसको आपको. Yes,
maybe that is there, but I think also I think she never expected Guddu to get such a पढ़ी लिखी nice girl. But she says also ना कि हम भी ढूंढते तो हम नहीं ढूंढ पाते ऐसे.
Okay.
तो maybe उसको ये भी लग रहा है कि ये चली ना.
It's a mix of emotion. I personally feel because Vinay Pathak has a terror. We should definitely that what was the brief that is given to you. I think the music is working very nicely. I think all the songs, the way they come in and they have that nice impact while you're watching the film, and it just lightens up the atmosphere. Nicely picturized as well. I think the small town has been presented nicely. With your experience, how crucial is the role of music?
It is very important. I think it's always been very important in Hindi cinema. You know, music has played an important role. I think background music is so important. I always feel like a scene can be made better or can completely be thrashed, you know, with a background score. I feel, you know, if you put the wrong background track, I can lose interest in the scene because of that. Or if you put something that elevates the scene or elevates the emotion that has to be connected to the audience, you suddenly, you know, the music can elevate. Like for example, I'll tell you, the Chiku is behind the Khatiya.
It's really funny.
Okay, so now he says कि मुझे पता है आप ये कर रहे हो और आप छुप के शादी करने वाले हो. If there's silence, we look at each other. तुझे सूरज कहूँ या चंदा song plays. The moment that plays, you will see that the audience loves. You know, it's because that song just sounds so funny at that point.
That I think the soundtrack has been.
Yeah, so
I think there are other songs as well which have been utilized in terms of the vintage songs that have been utilized, which is.
Jaan Pehchan was one of my favorites. I feel it just adds a lot to the chase. You know, that Pankaj Tripathi sir and you know they're following us and we're running and it's. You know, at the end of it, you're just running, so it can get boring. But because that track is playing constantly, it just keeps the pace moving.
हाँ, that is true. I think that has been utilized very nicely.
Yeah.
कार्तिक के साथ में आपकी जो पेयरिंग है उसको बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया जा रहा है. ऐसा लग ही नहीं रहा है कि ये पहली आप लोगों की फिल्म है. I'm sure that people would want to see much more of you guys together as well in the future.
I would love to work with him again. I think I've had a great.
It's a very comfortable relationship. It's very obvious that it's a very comfortable relationship that you guys are sharing, which is showing on screen as well.
Yeah, I think, in fact, the first day I remember, so we were not really friends, you know, before that. And we became friends during the filming. And the first day is, actually what we shot was जो वो दादी जी का इंटरव्यू he tells me कि तुम लोगी क्या, and I take the दादी का इंटरव्यू and then we're walking and I ask him कि तुम्हें क्या लगता है, you know, live in और शादी के बारे में. That whole walk where he asks me if I have a boyfriend or not, and I tell him my story and everything, and then the perfume की खुशबू and all of that. That whole walk is the first day that we shot, and that walk needs chemistry. Because it's only the two of you, just talking, giving reactions to each other, and we had also taken one cut, so he's added expressions, he's added closes, but otherwise it was one cut, which everyone came and told us that, you know, you guys have great chemistry, like it's very strange but something's really working. And I think we think very alike as actors. We sort of used to have the same suggestions many times.
Okay.
मेरा उसका ये भी होता है कई बार, जैसे आप सेम चीज़ बोल जाते हो, you know, and एक ही टाइम पर, तो वो बहुत बार होता था. तो आई थिंक दैट्स वाई हमारी थोड़ी ट्यूनिंग जो थी वो अच्छी थी ड्यूरिंग यू नो द सीन्स एंड फिल्म. एंड या आई थिंक वी लुक गुड together also.
Okay, and talking about your forthcoming films, you're having some very interesting projects. You're having Panipat with Ashutosh Gowarikar.
Yes.
It's like a period film. So how's been the experience of being part of it, and the workshops must have been interesting, I believe.
I have shot for 2 like schedules. I'm starting my next schedule now, like on Saturday, and it's been great. Yeah, it's my first proper period drama. It transforms you, it transfers you to a completely different world, you know, and I haven't seen that large scale kind of, you know, a set where there's so many people, and like you know, you're in that Marathas time, and I am a North Indian Punjabi girl suddenly playing a Maharashtrian character, which is poles apart. I think the culture is very, very different. It's a Hindi film, but we do have a lot of Marathi words here and there, you know, to add the flavor and the dialect. So I did take like a few Marathi classes where, you know, I've also tried to sort of go through my lines and wherever I can add the flavor to make it sound authentic. Then wearing that Marathi Nawari sari and the nath and the tika and the khopa in itself, like you feel like a different person. And I think Ashu sir, his eye for detail is amazing. Like he can pinpoint one flag that is not moving right in the frame, and one person at the back row who's looking inside the camera, like he'll really know. And small things that he'll come and tell me, you know, like we were shooting a song and he just comes in and he's like, you know, that one line when you're lip syncing, just if you look at him with a smile, that conveys that you've known him for a while. It's that precise.
And he's presented Aishwarya, I think,
outstandingly well, yeah.
Jodha Akbar.
So the experience has been great. I've also recently shot for a sword fighting scene, which was amazing, and it's my first like sword fight, proper action kind of a scene. And it just makes you feel really powerful, yeah. I mean, in real life, मैंने किसी को थप्पड़ भी नहीं मारा है, and suddenly I had this sword and I'm killing people and all, and I enjoyed it. I think, you know, I realized I enjoy action, which I realized for the first time there.
You're also having Houseful 4.
Yes.
I'm sure that the filming of this movie has been extremely interesting. You had Sajid moving out as a
That wasn't the interesting part,
director.
but yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I think for other people, and even Nana Patekar, he was replaced while the shooting was on. So
yeah.
How was that experience of? I'm sure that you've never experienced something of this sort before.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, firstly, we all were sort of concerned as to what is going to happen, and what it's at the end of it, it's the producer's call because it's his money that's on it. And hats off to Sajid sir, the way he's handled it. Sajid Nadyadwala sir, the way he's handled the whole situation. Even after so much chaos, we did not stop shooting for more than 2 days, and we were back on set on the 3rd day, and there was an expensive set. So I'm sure he's bahawed money for no fault of his. But he took that call, and he was there for us on the set every single day after that. And he made sure, I mean, we finished the schedule a day before we were supposed to.
Right.
So actually, like, it did not we all were sort of like a team on it, where we were like, whatever has happened should not be affecting the film, because I feel a film is there forever. You know, it's out there, you cannot change anything, and you have to make sure that you give in your best and you make the best thing. Fortunately, Farhad has been on set with us before, because he's also the
Farhad
writer.
Sanji.
Yeah. So he's also the writer. He's been on the set before also when we were shooting in Jaisalmer. We are all very familiar with him. He knows the sort of the film very, very well. So thankfully he was able to take over well, because we've shot really, really important scenes after that. We've shot the interval and the climax after that. And you know how full interval and climax is like madness. So I think it's been managed well.
And obviously he'll be handling the final edit and.
I'm assuming, yeah. And I'm sure Sajid sir is going to be completely on it, the way he has been. And what I can say is that it's turned out to be really, really funny. And you know, we've had situations where we've cracked up laughing in between the scenes because it's so funny. And I think comedy in a reincarnation film has never been done before, which is something which is very new. We've had reincarnation films, so many of them. One of my own also, but a comedy in a reincarnation, I think it's a great idea in itself.
Talking about Rabta, you just spoke about the film. You worked really hard on the film. It was very apparent that you worked really hard on the film. The movie doesn't work. It must be heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but I think I have no regrets if you ask me, because to be honest, I think I've gained a lot from the film. It was the very first time when I realized that, okay, you know, you have to like sometimes prep so much. You know, it was the first time I was prepping for a film. There were two characters, both were very layered. I've learned so many things. I was scared of being underwater. I have shot underwater scenes. I've learned scuba, I've learned swimming, I've learned horse riding, I've learned chocolate making, I've learned like skills wise also, I learned a lot. The horse riding I'm still using right now in Panipat. And I think Rabta as a film opened me a lot as an actor. I think because for the first time I got to do so much that, and Dino also, I think as a director had pushed me a lot to open up the way I looked at scenes. I started looking at scenes differently. I started approaching scenes differently. And I started also looking at subtext a lot, जो मैं पहले इतना नहीं करती थी. And I think कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि that also helped me with my process in Bareilly Ki Barfi. Like maybe if Rabta would have not happened, I would have not been able to perform as well maybe in a Bareilly Ki Barfi. So I feel like every part of your journey is very important. And I treat Rabta also equally important in my life.
You're making a very important statement about the subtext part, because as you discussed about the acting fascination and the amount of effort that you're doing, that shows. Because say there are a lot of people, for them subtext is the film. Like for me, subtext is the film, like a gully boy. That is something that I'm interested in. What is happening around the world, like a Bareilly Ki Barfi. There's so much that is happening between you and your friend, and you and your father. The way you guys are collaborating, which is wonderful. So it is fascinating. And even in Luka Chupi, there is so much as far as subtext is concerned. The way I think Apar Shakti Khurana's character, the way he's dealing with certain situations, and the father and the.
And I feel so many times, you know, your character is saying something, but actually the motive is not that. Like, I realized that when Guddu proposes Rashmi, वो शुरू में बहुत सारी चीज़ें बोलती है. वो बोलती है कि प्यार और शादी तो अलग चीज़ें होती है ना. हाँ, लेकिन मैं अभी रेडी नहीं हूँ, मुझे दिल्ली जाना है, मुझे जॉब करनी है, मुझे जर्नलिस्ट बनना है. She is talking nonsense there. She is just commitment phobic at that point. She is not ready for marriage because she doesn't know this guy very well. And she wants to know him and not make a mistake, because she's had a boyfriend earlier where it did not work out. So you'll see that once she gets married, she's forgotten about her journalism and, you know, all of that, because that wasn't her main motive. When she's saying कि मुझे दिल्ली जाना है, मुझे जॉब करनी है, मुझे जर्नलिस्ट बनना है, it is out of hyperness, and it's out of just to divert the topic, just to give an excuse. So I think those things you have to see sometimes. You know, it's not really there. Like, why is she saying what she's saying? So those kind of things, I think sometimes you.
That is true. That is true. Arjun Patiala is another film that you're doing, where there's a romance between a tall woman and a
This is wrong.
guy.
I have to clear this out. I don't know
This is
where
wrong.
this came from. This is
Okay.
not the concept at all of the film.
It is not? Okay.
No, it is not. It is a complete out and out comedy film. I think Luka Chupi I can say was a rom-com. This is a comedy film. It's an out and out North Indian comedy film with a flavor of Punjabiness in it. And Diljit is playing a cop, I am playing a crime reporter. And there is a love angle between them, but that's not the main plot. And,
Okay, so there's nothing to do
Diljit
with
is tall
tall
enough
women.
to I mean, या तो मैं गलत कास्टिंग होगी या वो गलत कास्टिंग होगा क्योंकि वो लंबा है यार. तो अगर ऐसा होता तो किसी छोटे को लेना चाहिए था फिर.
So where has this come from?
No, okay, so Diljit's character is little bit conscious of his height at times. Okay, like when he goes into a thana and there are other police officers who are like really 6'2" and 6'3", he tries to heal up.
Acha
And that's
laga.
about it. I don't know where this came from. This was like bizarre. Like after that, I was also asking Dinu that, listen, am I missing something in the film?
Right.
Like, is this the concept? Because then Diljit is not so short. So
Okay, that's interesting. So I think it's good
yeah,
clarification.
I don't know where it came from.
It happens only on Bollywood Hungama. This is Srija from Chennai. What is the one quality of Rashmi that Kriti Senan would love to have?
Her impulsiveness, her ability to decide really fast. I think she doesn't take time at all. I'm someone who's indecisive and I can also be in front of my wardrobe for 45 minutes and not know what to wear. I'm someone who takes a lot of time कि decide करने में कोई भी life का decision लेना है तो मुझे time लगता है. जबकि रश्मि इज लाइक मुझे लगता है हमें लिव इन करना चाहिए, एक टीका लगाना है, माला तो पहननी है, मैं रेडी हूँ. शी इज क्विक, सो आई फील दैट्स समथिंग दैट आई लव अबाउट हर.
Alright, this is Mamoon, Shah Alam from Malaysia. When do we see you working with Varun Dhawan again?
Lot of people have been asking me this. I
Yeah.
think it's a sign, VD. I think we should do a film together. I would love to work with him. I'm very fond of him, and I think we've done a film. अभी बहुत time हो गया है. So I would love to do a full-fledged film with him.
Yeah, I
He's a
think the
great actor.
chemistry is amazing.
Thank you.
In fact, chemistry is amazing. I'm saying from the interview that we did, because
Oh,
we
yes.
still get responses for
Oh,
that.
yes.
I think you guys were amazing in that.
I think one thing that happened from that interview is that I know his birth date now.
Achha, you do
24th April.
24th April.
I know it now.
This is Zishan from Bangalore. How do you handle critics? Do you read up all the articles and reviews on your name or role?
Of course I do. I start reading on like the Thursday only when it comes out in UAE, and I'm on my phone for like a very long time. I read each and every review, and I take it constructively. I think, I mean, I am human, so when someone doesn't say something, when someone says something wrong or mean or not so nice about me, I do get affected.
Ji.
But then I divert myself towards the positive ones, and I read a few positive before going to a negative again. And I think for me, it's every individual person's opinion.
Right.
I also read Twitter reviews. Like in general, the audiences today give a detailed review. Like the tweets that I get when they watch the film, they write, I like this about the film, and this person was this good, and this character was this good, and I think this one was underutilized, and blah blah blah. They write everything.
Ji.
So I read those also. I think those are equally important.
I think many a times they are so insightful.
Yeah,
They are so insightful, the
And I feel
perspective that they
a
have.
critic review is one person's review on the film, and that's like any person in the audience also. To be honest, you might like a film, I might not like a film, and
Ji.
that's okay.
Right.
But I still like collecting and at least hearing it out.
Right. Okay, this is Neelam from Jaipur. Which Bollywood couple is your favorite?
Which Bollywood couple is my favorite?
Ji.
I think Shah Rukh Kajol, obviously, but if I have to go younger, I like Varun and Alia. You're talking on screen, na?
Bollywood couple it's a double-edged sword. I think it can be real life as well as.
So on screen, I like
on-screen.
Varun and Alia's chemistry a lot. And on screen, off screen, both is Ranveer Deepika. I mean, I guess.
Ranveer Deepika.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is I am Tanvi. If you could pick what genre of film and what kind of character would you like to play?
Right now, I would love to do something very different and maybe play a slightly angsty character, a character that's a little grey, a character that is not a girl next door at all, that is very different from me. And yeah, something edgy and something angsty maybe.
Okay, this is Ishpreet from Punjab. When will you announce your next film with Sushant Singh Rajput? You guys share such an amazing chemistry.
When will I announce it? The day I sign it. Right now there's nothing that we have signed together. So if and when both of us like some film, some script together, for sure.
Kunal Roy from Durgapur, West Bengal. How do you approach every role? Do you only trust the director's vision or you try to understand it by yourself or take the help from the writers? PS, love your films.
I think it has to be a mix and an amalgamation of all of it, because so usually I tend to become the best friend of the director during the filming at least, and I like questioning a lot. I think it's important to know things about the character, and it's important to get to know the character from the director's side, you know, because when the director is envisioning the character, how does the director see her? So I think for me it's very important to talk to the director, you know, also scene by scene. You know, sometimes a character has a want or a motive, so to make sure that you're at the same page, it's important to have a conversation on the character. But at the same time, I'm someone who also likes suggesting. Like if I have to do a scene, I would sometimes give an option of, sir, do you want me to do it like this or should I do it like this?
Right.
So I like sort of suggesting if I feel like something might add value to the scene or what she's feeling at that point. Then I do that. I'm not shy from that at all. But I feel at the end of it, I go with what the director wants, because at the end of it, it's the director's vision that in totality is the film.
This is Nitin Rathod from Aurangabad. Are we gonna see you and Nupur together in a movie anytime?
That will be exciting. I mean, I haven't come across a script like that yet, but if that happens, that's gonna be like a dream that, you know, maybe I sometimes see, and yeah, if that happens, that'll be great. I think it's going to be a fantastic thing. It'll be a film that I will never forget.
Right, and your mother will be retweeting.
Yeah. Double. Yeah. My mom's going to make a separate account where she'll like retweet from both then.
I want to meet her. Her name is Geeta Sanan, @Geeta Sanan. I would love to meet her. I think she likes and retweets everything about you.
Yeah.
But at least
all
I
moms
tweet,
are like that.
which
Yeah.
is
all moms are like that.
I haven't encountered any other mom. I think Tiger Shroff's mom does as well. Aisha Shroff, she does.
Anybody's mom will do, yeah. Moms are like,
okay.
and she's more active than me. She's
I'm sure
way
she
more
is.
active than me. She tells me about my fans' birthdays also.
She does?
Yeah.
My God.
Like she tells me that this fan's birthday is there today. They've written, so just wish. So she's my person who reminds me, isko wish kar do iska birthday, isko wish kar do iska birthday.
The name is Jabra RK fan from Dubai.
I am also a Jabra RK fan.
When will we see you with Ranbir Kapoor?
SRK fan actually. Sorry.
RK is Ranbir Kapoor.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. When will you see you with Ranbir Kapoor, waiting for the two of you together? What do you think of him as an actor?
I think he's brilliant as an actor. I think he's someone who's got really expressive eyes, and I don't know. I mean, it's like he feels something and you can see it in his eyes without him saying a word.
Jee.
You know, and that's great. I think he's one person who, when he dances, he also dances from his face. So when I saw that song Ghagra and Dilli Wali Girlfriend, I felt like he's like the male Madhuri Dixit when it comes to expressions while dancing. So I really like him as an actor, and I would love to work with him. But nothing as of now has come to me.
This is Burhan Ali, @Burhan_7 Ali. If you could play one person in history, who would it be?
One person in history. I'm playing Parvati Bai right now, but I think Madhubala ji and Meena Kumari ji are two personalities whose lives I don't know so much about, but I would love to.
Wow.
And I think, you know, at that time they were like the most beautiful actresses, and I'm sure their life story was also interesting. I mean, we all know a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
We all know a little bit, but we don't know the detail of it. And if ever anybody is wanting to tell their story, I would love to do it.
Last question. This is me, Parv from Ahmedabad. PURV. Can you please share your childhood memories? कैसे लुका छुपी खेलते थे? And if you get one chance to change your childhood and make more memorable, what would you add that one thing in your childhood?
Oh my God. लुका छुपी तो बहुत खेलते थे. I think you always start off with your own house. So me and my sister, and then our area expanded to the ground and the playground in the society. And then we used to sometimes play dark room also, which is a kind of lukka chupi, which a lot of people have played.
Everyone has played, yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah. So and if I could add one thing to childhood, I think I was always, I mean, I've never learned acting or like gone to acting workshops or because I never knew I wanted to become an actor. And I always used to learn dance. So I've learned Kathak, I've learned Bollywood dance, and I used to always be involved in dance. So maybe I feel as a kid, I would, if I now go back, I would learn a lot more things. I would learn a horse riding and swimming, because as a kid you can learn it way faster.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like now
at least swimming, I'm sure. I don't know about
swimming. No,
horse
even
riding,
horse riding.
but swimming,
kids, I've seen like little kids do horse riding, and you feel like ashamed because you're not able to even trot where they're cantering.
My God.
So it is, yeah. As a kid, I think when you, I mean, I would just say to all kids that try and learn whatever you feel like, whatever like fascinates you. If you see like someone doing scuba diving and it fascinates you, just do it, because you learn it way faster. Then.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's true. All right. So, Kriti Sanon, pleasure having you on Bollywood Hungama, and congratulations once again for Lukka Chupi. I hope that it crosses 100 crores. I think it has a good chance of doing that.
आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर और बहुत सारी बर्फी.
Barfi as well. Okay. So, congratulations for that, and looking forward to all your films.
Thank you.
You're going to be having a very busy year.
I'm going to be meeting you very soon.
Looking forward to that. Yeah. All of us. I'm sure the entire team would love to meet you.
And Chand also.
And Chand as well. He's smiling. So thank you so much and all the best wishes.
Thank you
very much. Thank you very much. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi guys, I'm Kriti Sanon and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama with Faridoon. Do hit the bell icon and keep on watching.